Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and I am an artist. This week I am testing out this Meeden watercolor travel palette that I got. I decided to buy this one because I actually saw one while I was at Walmart and I have almost bought it like 4 times. But I kind of thought that getting something maybe a little bit higher quality for just a few more dollars would be a better choice. So I did that. It's pretty cool. It's got these like card flip outs for the colors, but they're in really shallow pans. So I thought it was kind of neat. It came with some water brushes, which I have a few and I've only used them maybe twice and not like for very long. So I really have almost no experience with them. This set came with 4. I added the 3 that I already have to my little pile there. And yeah, first I decided to swatch them, which I will show you a little bit of. I was kind of testing this sponge too on the palette, which, you know, is so that you don't have to like take paper towels or rags with you as you're painting outdoors or whatever. I've never used a sponge before with watercolor, so I was pretty curious about it. But yeah, I'll get back to that. The colors, some of them are extremely vibrant, and quite opaque. I was really quite impressed with them. Some of them, like black, it's really kind of pale and I wasn't loving that, but the set kind of makes up for that because the Payne's gray, which is great for neutral tinting anything, is quite dark and really opaque. So yeah, but yeah, the colors were really vibrant. I was kind of disappointed in the lack of more like dark and neutral greens, but I was able to mix some pretty well. So as you'll see, I do 2 little paintings in this video too. But yeah, this is the black and it's not very dark, which, you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, this olive green here was a great green to start with for some more neutral greens. But yeah, the sponge, I was surprised at how well it worked at taking the pigment and the water off of the brush, and then it was very easy to get most of that out just with a tissue, and obviously it's stained, but it's still quite easy to clean to the point where you're not getting any color coming off of it. So yeah, quite impressed. Sponges are cool. I might actually get some sponges for just my regular kind of watercolor painting because I've seen other artists using them and I quite liked this one. I did end up also getting a paper towel out though because it's quite small, and if you don't clean it off and you're doing some slightly more detailed intensive paintings than you might be doing outside travel sketching or whatever, it might not be quite enough. But yeah, full disclosure, both of the paintings that I do in this video, I rushed them. And I definitely am not well versed in just painting with absolutely no references. And again, as usual, my values and my colors are quite all over the place, and I'm just saying that, and also saying that they're okay for what they are. I like the second one more. This one I just it's okay. I'm glad that I did it, and I was finding myself quite pleased with the colors that I could mix with this one, so it wasn't a complete disaster. But it's incredibly simple, and it's, I don't know, kind of a showcase of me just sort of not really paying attention and flying by the seat of my pants and overworking things. There are so many spots in this painting and the next one where I definitely look at the video and think, man, I wish I'd stopped right there for that bit. But, you know, what are you gonna do? I definitely would like to sit down at some point and kind of, I don't know, do some small paintings like this with references so that I can have something more solid to go off and get some practice in, where I don't have to think quite so hard about what I'm doing, and I can have a guide, I guess you could say. So yeah, all that said, I did enjoy these. It was fun to just kind of tinker around with the paint. I didn't go travel sketching outside with them. It was really cold when I was filming this one, at least. And then, rained unexpectedly, and then it's warming up a little bit again, but I'm still just so busy. I've sold my soul to a mural that I'm painting for my brother. So these were a little reprieve from that work, and at the same time, like, I'm so tired and my brain is very frazzled, so, you know, we'll just go in not expecting too much from me right now. But again, it was fun, and it was nice to do something else, something small. Yeah, and it was nice to get in some autumn themed artwork before it gets very wintry, you know? So yeah. I have a question. For anybody who does watercolor who may end up on this video in like the far-flung future, or near future would be nice, but you know, I'm just trying to be realistic. If someone who knows the answer to this question happens to hear it, please teach me some wisdom. So say you're painting trees and you have some darker ones in the background, darker value, darker colors, and then you have like a lighter one in the foreground, or you have a dark sky with a bright tree. I don't know why, but say that you have that. How would you go about that? I would love some wisdom on that. And maybe by the time someone will be here that can answer that question, I'll have figured it out. It's not actually relevant to either of these paintings, but I was wondering about it. Anyway, here we are to the second painting. I did use a reference for the cat, and then I did have a drawing, which is good, but boy howdy, I went into this with like such an ego, and then it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. I zone out and I don't pay attention to my values. I really need to figure out a system somehow to work on that. But it did turn out okay, and I like the cat quite a bit, despite the rush job and the not paying attention like I do. But yeah, I have a black cat. I had two until last year. And so painting a black cat, I wanted to. It's the season and I love black cats. So here is a void, with more definition than most voids would have. The reference picture was a gray cat, so, you know. But yeah, I did the kind of spooky forest in the background, and then yeah, this is a pumpkin patch that ends up looking kind of dull, but I guess that could fit with the vibe too, so, you know, it works out. I have to say, I don't know if I'm a fan of water brushes. I found that they're they're nice and they're convenient, but at the same time, I wasn't squeezing them. I wasn't pressing on the part that squeezes water out, and yet I often had more water coming through the brush than I would have liked. So if there's anybody here that uses those regularly and you have some tips for me, I would love to hear your thoughts on that, because I just was, going for it with no understanding. So maybe there's something I don't know that I should know. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. Yeah. Here I am just, painting a stem, which I felt went quite well compared to most of the painting. I do have to just clarify, this is not sponsored by Meaden. If they wanted to sponsor me, that would be great, but it's not. I just, the products of theirs that I do have, I really like. I've never tried any of their paint before. I have an easel and a tabletop easel and a big tilty drawing board thing. I thought it would be cool to try one of their art supplies, and I really like this set. I think it's great for what it is. I do think that it's not the best paint for layering. I don't know. I say that with a grain of salt. I want you to take that with a grain of salt, because the paper that I'm using, I actually don't know anything about it. This is a handmade book that was a gift from someone, and I don't know anything about the watercolor paper in it, and I do find that the paint sort of sits on top of it more than is absorbed by it, which I'm quite frustrated by often. And I'm not sure that all of the pages are bound in the same direction. So I think the front of the paper is on some of the back pages, and it's fine. It's a sketchbook. It's not, and it's beautiful. I really love it. But I don't know if it's the best place to do really detailed paintings like I'm trying to do here. And I don't know, it doesn't really take layering super well with a lot of water, which I did. So at some point I want to go in and do some experimenting with this little set and do more really more simple pieces with direct references, so that I can go in more deliberately and less just kind of dinking around. But yeah, I think that it would do better with lighter washes, more dry brushing, or just a lot less water, and yeah, just less layering. But again, it could be the paper, so I gotta do some playing around. But overall, I found the colors to be quite vibrant, and they just, yeah, they re-wet super well. Also, the palette closes really nicely without smearing paint if they're still wet when you close it up, which I was quite pleased to see that. But yeah, overall, definitely great for little watercolor sketches to go urban sketching, or to take on vacation to do travel sketching. I think it would be fantastic. It's super portable. Yeah. So I would give it an 8 out of 10 from my first experience. Saying that with the knowledge that some of the issues that I had could be my paper, and my approach. I'm by no means super professional here with with these paintings, but yeah, I would recommend it, absolutely. And it's probably loads better than the Walmart one that I didn't buy. Although I'm still tempted to try that one. I'm pretty curious. We'll see. If I do, I'll make a video. Yeah, I slowed down here for the kitty's face. I wanted that part at least to read really well and stand out. So yeah, I slowed down. Unfortunately, my doing the eyes here was not in focus, but I kept it in because, it's kind of important. And then while those were drying, I decided to add some vines and leaves in a few places with the pumpkins, just to give it a little bit more. And I do think it helped just a tad, just to make it a little less one color, one value back there. The problem is it's all the same value. It's pretty sad, but eventually I'll actually get all this through my head for, my next approach. But yeah, little tape peel here, and I sign it. I really like the cat, you know, the cat's not bad. And I'm glad I did a Halloween piece, so yay. I wasn't sure I would fit that in, so anyways. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. If you want to see more of my art, consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Have a fabulous day and happy Halloween.